Okay, this is an update video to my last video where I made a talk box out of a Smokey amp, this little guy right here. And the way I did that was I got a PVC coupler doohickey thing with a 2-inch radius and duct taped it to the top of the amp, and then put a hose adapter on the top, and then plugged in a speaking tube through that, and it worked pretty well. But I decided I wanted to try and build something a little bit more permanent and something to isolate the speaker a little bit, so that I think that would improve the sound and limit the overflow sound and make it better, and something that will fit on the floor in a floorboard and a pedal board. So I went out to Home Depot and added another $8 to my investment with a junction box, a 4-inch by 4-inch by 2-inch deep junction box. And I took another Smokey amp that I had parts lying around, and I took it apart. So if you've never seen the inside of a Smokey amp, it's not that exciting. It's just a little speaker, a little circuit board, 9-volt battery. So my plan is to encase the speaker inside this doohickey PVC thing to isolate it and also insulate it a little bit. Have the circuit board poking up through the top of the junction box there and screwed into the panel, and then have the battery sliding into the back somewhere around the side, and all of that immersed into here. I started out by making sure that everything fits inside the box, which it does. I'm likely going to offset the speaker just to the top side of the box, and I'm going to eliminate the speaker output jack on this. I marked which jack is the input jack with a Sharpie, so I knew which one to keep. I'm going to shave off the end of this with a Dremel, and then I'm going to use a step bit to drill a 1/2-inch hole for the tube and also for the jack in the back. All right, so now that I've got the PVC and the electronics mounted into the top plate here, I need to put the speaker into the speaker cavity here, and what you can see is it fits rather nicely in there. Speaker cavity, I say, like it was meant for that, but it's just a PVC coupling thing. And these 4 little corners that you see actually sit lower than this ring in the center that's a bit proud, and I don't want that ring to be sitting on the speaker itself. So I'm going to take these little rubber feet that I have for I think that came with a pedal thing with adhesives. I'm going to cut a little slot in them. I'm going to put them on each 4 of these little rings so that the speaker won't sit up against that ring there. And then once the speaker is in here, I think I'm just going to take a ring of hot glue and glue it in there to secure it. And then we'll try to maybe put a little insulation in behind it before it's installed in the enclosure with the battery, and we're good to go. So here it is, the innards of the Smokey amp installed into a junction box enclosure. Okay, with the first try, the sound coming from the speaker was way too loud compared to what was coming through the tube. So I am just started duct taping up the back of the speaker enclosure as a first step. And I just also threw some tape around the electronics, because what I'm thinking about doing is actually filling the cavity of the box with good old great stuff insulating foam. So to further deaden the sound, and maybe just creating a little cavity for the battery. We'll see how it does with the duct tape on it first. So even with the duct tape on the bottom of the speaker, still far too much sound coming from the box. Okay, so I took some corrugated plastic. I made a little battery compartment here in the corner. I'm going to put it all together. It's all sealed up, and then I'm going to shoot it with the insulating foam. Whoa, hello. Doesn't want to come out. What am I doing wrong here? Here we go. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. This is where I feel like my projects are living up to the clever but stupid name. Oh yeah. So after spraying spray foam inside the junction box here and cleaning up all the crud around it after dried, I have to admit the insulation seems to have done a major trick here. Now it's most of the sound is all coming through the tube and you get very little sound reverberating from the box. So if I cover up the end of the tube, it's really quiet and the majority of the sound's coming through the tube. And that lets you vocalize things a little easier. All right, going to show you a quick demo of how the talkbox will work with a guitar rig setup. So this is my pedal board with a simple effects processor pedal. I have an AB switch that takes the output from the effects pedal into the input of the AB switch, where I can switch between the regular that forwards on to the mixer and the amp circuit, or goes into the talkbox. And then I have the tube of the talkbox just to the side of the mic here. And I found that if I just put my mouth, the corner of my mouth around it, I can actually word the mouths much better without having to hold it in my teeth. So that's the setup. It's a Behringer 18-channel digital mixer, and this is just a powered speaker. But with the circuit set up, I'll give you a demo. Okay, so here's my rock sound. Now if I click, and there's my mic is on as well. And then if I click over to the talkbox, now one fun thing is that if I put it through the AB switch, I can put it through to the mixer and the guitar circuit to play the guitar just normally, and to the talkbox at the same time via the Y connection of the ABY switch. That sounds like this. So it's almost like a wah-wah effect. But like I said, for 20 bucks, not a bad talkbox. I think I'm gonna stick with it. Thanks for watching.